So this is my first proposed technique, power-aware clustering, to increase the lifetime of sensor node by implementing effective load balanced among all clusters in the network. So to implement this technique, we should know about the radio model used for that. So here one receiver is placed a distance d from the transmitter. So this transmitter is trying to forward k bits of data to this receiver. So in that condition, this transmitter is consuming two different power levels. That is, first one is due to electronic circuits of the transmitter, and next one is due to implementation of amplifier section. So in receiver section also, some amount of energy is consumed to receive the bits or data which are transmitted from the transmitter. So here you can able to estimate the energy consumed in the transmitter section to transmit k bit of data over distance d, that is equal to k into energy consumed in the electronic circuits plus k into epsilon fs d square when t is less than d naught, and k is k into energy consumed in the electronic circuit plus k into epsilon mp d power 4 when d is greater than or equal to d naught. Here epsilon f is nothing but free space factor, epsilon mp multipath factor, and d naught is crossover distance. To estimate these parameters, we are using these formulas. So after that, we are estimating the power needed to receive the data in the receiver section, that can be identified or estimated by using this equation, that is E suffix Rx of k equal to E into electronic, that is energy consumed in the electronic circuits into k. So my proposed power-aware clustering technique works in three different phases. There is cluster construction phase, selection of cluster gate phase, and data broadcast phase. In cluster construction phase, closely deployed neighbor nodes are grouped into different number of clusters. In second phase, a node with minimum control gate and maximum residual energy will be selected as cluster gate for that cluster. In third stage, all the nodes are forwarding the data to the base station through the cluster gate. So here you can see the data forwarding from cluster to base station. Here all the nodes are deployed in particular region, is grouped into different number of clusters. Each cluster is having one cluster gate. That clusters are cluster gates are capturing the data from their cluster member and directly forward the data to the base station. Here cluster gate is highlighted in blue color. So after that, appointment of cluster gate in each cluster. So available nodes in particular region is categorized into three categories. That is, first one is cluster member, which is having less residual energy, and second one is cluster gate nominee, and another one is cluster head. So cluster head nominee is having more energy than cluster member. So from that cluster head nominee, we are going to select any one of the nominee as a cluster gate based on the residual energy. So for that, we are using this equation P suffix I equal to T into residual node energy divided by average residual node energy. So T is also one of the probability to estimate the cluster gate nominee. So by using this flowchart, we can clearly explain the concept of selecting cluster gate for each cluster. So first you have to calculate the cluster gate probability. After that, each node choose a random number between 0 and 1. If the random number chosen is less than the probability value, then that node will be declared as a cluster gate nominee. Otherwise, that will be declared as a cluster gate member. So cluster gate nominee broadcasts the cluster gate advertisement packet to the members in the cluster region. So each cluster gate nominee receives the cluster gate advertisement from other cluster gate nominee. So in this part, each cluster gate nominee is sharing their advertisement to nearest cluster gate nominees. So by using that, they are going to compare the residual energy level. If the residual energy of the cluster gate nominee is less than the residual energy of other cluster gate nominee, then that cluster nominee is declared as cluster member. Otherwise, that will be declared as cluster gate nominee, that is declared as cluster gate. So based on this flowchart, we can able to differentiate cluster member, cluster gate nominee, and cluster head. So here you can see the cluster formation after cluster gate announcement. So when you have finalized one cluster gate for one cluster, that will broadcast one announcement packet to their cluster members. Otherwise, CM, that is cluster member, waits for that cluster gate announcement packet. If the cluster gate announcement packet is not received, then cluster members waits for cluster gate announcement message from neighbor cluster gates. If they received the message or announcement, that cluster head, that is cluster member, is sending one joining request to the cluster gate. So for this request, cluster gate sends one positive acknowledgement with TDMA schedule to the cluster member. So after that, we are going to estimate the load assigned for each cluster gate by using this equation. That is energy consumed in the entire network, that is equal to summation of I is equal to 1 and j is equal to 2 to n mi of j plus e suffix b. Mi of j is nothing but power required to drive a data packet from ith node to jth node, and e suffix b is the power required for estimating the position of each node, and c is total power consumed. So after that, we are going to estimate power consumption during data forwarding from cluster members to cluster gate. That is called as intra-cluster communication. That is energy for that we are using this equation. That is the energy consumed in the intra-cluster communication by the ith node is equal to k into summation of j is less than or equal to L omega sigma minus n suffix I into energy consumed in the electron circuit plus epsilon fs dj squared plus k into L omega sigma minus ni into energy consumed in the electronic circuits. So here I have mentioned all the name of these parameters. After that, we are going to estimate the energy consumed to forward the data from cluster gate to distance d. So in that distance, we are having the base station. So for that, we are using this equation to estimate that power consumption. So after that, after all transmission, we are going to estimate the balance energy available in each node. That can be estimated by using this equation. That is E suffix R equal to E suffix D minus E suffix C. So E suffix D is the initial energy available in each node, and E suffix C energy consumed for data transmission. So after that, we are going to estimate load assigned for each network, each sensor node in the network by using this equation.